What's up, guys? Ricky here. Do you love Most Valuable Podcasts? And are you like myself where things that you like, you just have to let people know because they've got to be on your t-shirt at all times? If you do, you're in luck because we got Most Valuable Podcast t-shirts. You've probably seen myself, Dave, Mark, Sean, Brandon. You might have seen us wearing these t-shirts in videos. The good thing is now you can get your hands on one too. How do you do so? First off, send us an email, mostvaluablepodcast@gmail.com. Give us your name, your size, your address. We will then send you an invoice through Square. That's how you'll pay for it, $22 per shirt. And then after we get the money, we will send you a great Most Valuable Podcast t-shirt for you to wear so you can tell everybody that you love listening to Most Valuable Podcast. So go check it out. The directions are also in the description. What are you waiting for? We got the shirts just for you.
This podcast is brought to you by Most Valuable Podcasts, leading the league in podcasting entertainment.
Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages. This is the Fast Break Podcast. I'm your host, Sean Anderson, alongside me, as always, is Dave Oster.
And this is the third take.
This is the third take of our intro. But if you are listening, it means we got it done on the third take. And today, we're going to be talking about three main topics. We got the Houston Rockets, if they are a true threat to the Golden State Warriors. We talked about it last year, but completely different scenario because of CP3. The third take, we're going to get this right. Then we're also talking about two people in trade rumors, talking about Paul George and Marc Gasol, where they will go, should they be traded, yada, yada, yada. It will be fun because we're going to talk about trades, and trades are always fun.
Who doesn't love trades?
We always love, we don't have tinfoil hat Ricky on us.
We can try to impersonate that.
Yeah, because he's going to be at Star Wars, but we will at least try to impersonate it and at least give you the best and worst trades possible for both Paul George and Marc Gasol. But before that, we want you to do three things. First, if you're on iTunes, give us 5 stars. Fast Break Podcast, Primetime Podcast, The Onside Kick, and Rick and Johnny. Give us all Most Valuable Podcasts 5 stars on iTunes. It'd be a huge help to us. Dave, don't laugh again.
I'm sorry.
Huge help to us over there if you're able to go and do that. We'd love you. We'd appreciate you if you did that. Also, go to patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. Christian, Pat, and Jake have all been on podcasts. They've all been a blast to do so far. Well, actually, Christian has it. We got to get Christian
I think he's
on.
coming up.
Yeah, Christian's going to be on soon. But I got a feeling he's going to be great as well. Because, we're 2 for 2 so far with Jake and Pat. They've both been great. You want to check out those tiers. We got the $10 tier. That's where Jake, Christian, and Pat are currently at. We also got the $2 one where you get the exclusive Patreon podcast, and it's the video podcast. We got a ton of fun stuff over there, so go check out patreon.com/mostvaluablepodcast. And finally, we're selling shirts. Dave's not wearing it today, but we got small, medium, larges, and XLs. There's directions in the description down below. Check it out if you're interested in an MVP shirt. But Dave, let's jump into the soggy shooters. Let's jump into the damp dudes. We were talking dudes that have water on them. We're talking about wet boys. Who's your wet boy?
My wet boy this week, come on, is it not obvious? It's Nico. The man has come back from the bench and just decided that, you know what? Fuck the tank. I'm winning games, and I love it because he's just dropping shots out there with confidence that I've not seen in quite some time.
And he's one half of the 1-2 punch.
Yes, even more important, he's one half of the 1-2 punch. I love it. Like, somehow he figured out, like, if I play really well now, maybe I'll get to go to a better team soon. And I think it's totally working out for us. Unfortunately, it's anti-tank, but Nico has been phenomenal. He's playing a little bit more back to the basket. Seems like he bulked up a little bit more comfortable. Honestly, the guy has been killing it out there for us, and he is the main reason why we've been winning these games.
Yeah, and you look at his stats so far, it's been absolutely impressive.
Yeah.
He's shooting high percentage. He's also made a best friend along the way because him and Bobby Portis, even though they had their disagreement, they've seemed to bond together. It's kind of like my cousin used to live, quick story time. My cousin used to live next to me, Jeff. No, Jeffrey. We called him Jeffrey because his dad was Jeff. And there was one time, I forget the fight, but I did not want to talk to him. And we lived next door to each other, so it was super awkward. Yeah. And I didn't want to talk to him. I didn't want to hang out with him. I hung out with him every single day, and I was mad at him for about 5 hours. But then we got over it, and we hugged it out. So
that's
and now we're pretty good friends. So I have a feeling Nico, Bobby Portis will definitely be friends. But yeah, Nico's been absolutely impressive. 24 points per game, 6.7 rebounds per game, 61.9% from the field, and 55% from three. Also, again, like we said, he's making a BFF along the way.
And 3-0, most important. Actually, 4-0 since he came back.
4-0 since he came back. The first game, he was a little shaky.
He was working his way in.
Exactly. But
he still won it, though.
He's working his way back from concussion, multiple face fractures. He's coming back. He's looking good. Shout out to Nikola Mirotic.
Hell yeah.
And also, I mean, like you mentioned, trade talks. He's going to be, I think, exempt in January. He could finally be traded in January.
Yep.
So then, you look at that contract. It's not terrible if he's going to be putting up these numbers.
No.
2 years, $20 million. That's pretty nice.
It's scary enough to think Garpax may just keep him.
Ooh. You could probably get some decent picks. It's sell high. It's sell high immediately. But it is putting the Bulls in a situation. If they are going to take, they're going to get some value back. But let's go to my wet boy. Having a better week than Nikola Mirotic.
I mean, I don't know if such a thing could be said.
He didn't get the wins. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
His team went 2-1, but Jrue Holiday popped off. 29 points per game, 6 assists per game, 2.3 steals per game, 58.9% from the field, and 57.9% from three. Him and Eachwan Moore were popping off. Wasn't Boogie, wasn't AD. It was him, Jrue Holiday, who was making his money, and Eachwan Moore popping off for the Pelicans. Both guys had career weeks. They were absolutely on fire this week for the Pels. And now you're looking at it. You look at the Pels. Jrue Holiday is able to keep, not exactly this up, because I don't think he'll be able to keep this up. But if he's able to at least, bring 20-plus points per game, he's able to, dish out assists, he's able to shoot at a high percentage, each one more able to shoot at a high percentage. And then you got Boogie, who's a monster, has been a monster this whole season, and a healthy AD, you're looking at a 7th, 6th, 8th seed in the Western Conference right there, especially if those 4 guys are starting.
And you're just hard snubbing the reason why they're doing so well right now. Rajon Rondo, pretty much the point guard returned. And he's out there creating opportunities for all these guys. Credit to Jrue Holiday for finishing, though, because honestly, he needs to live up to that contract, and he's popped off this week. So absolutely wonderful job to him. But you got to ask for that shit with a Rondo.
They just need a 3. They just need someone to
Solomon Hill's hurt. Maybe he'll come back eventually.
But I think
he's not a good.
I think he's out for the season.
Oh, is he done?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Solomon Hill got injured in the start of the season.
Fair enough.
He's out.
I just remember he was out.
Not exactly sure. But those are our wet boys. Tell us who your wet boys are in the comments down below. I know Anthony, who is a big Pistons fan, was trying to get us into put a Piston. I think Tobias Harris or Andre Drummond in there, and they're looking pretty soggy.
Yeah.
Or maybe dry.
They're dry.
They're dry right
Drummond
now.
had a couple of games though, but not recently.
They're not winning.
Yeah.
And we like putting winners in our wet boys.
It's true.
It's alliteration. But anyways, tell us your wet boys down in the comments below.